What's going on, guys? It's Byron from ETA Wheels, and we're moving on to the second set of earphones now. These are the Sony WI-SP510. So, as you can see, the packaging is fairly nice. It's kind of a really bulky package. The last one we're going to be testing is the Skull Candy Inked, so stay tuned. But in this video, we're just going to focus on the Sony. This is what I consider my gold standard in terms of Bluetooth headset. This is a Skull Candy Smokin' Buds 2 that I've had for 3 years now. And I loved them all the way up until the wire finally chafed through 3 years later, and now I need a new pair. So this is the Sony. I'm just going to read off the features here. Long battery life of up to 15 hours, secure fit with arc supporter and 3-dimensional curved design, water resistant model, so there's a plus, IPX5 rating means that allows you to wash and use outdoors. So if you do get them dirty, you can wash it off under obviously gentle pressure. You're not going to want to soak these things. Music playback time is a maximum of 15 hours. A 10-minute charge will give you 60 minutes of additional playtime. They're water resistant to IPX5. Stay tuned for my video on how water resistance ratings work. Hands-free calling with HD voice, voice assistant function, long hybrid silicone rubber earbuds, arc supporters, and USB Type-C charging cable. So let's see if this does what Beats did and gives you, like, the Beats charging cable is like this long, guys. It's minuscule. And in fact, it's almost insulting. And it's a USB Type-C to USB Type-C, which again reinforces that that was clearly marketed towards the Apple crowd. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, I guess I should be grateful that they included Android integration with that. I know the person who will really love these is my wife, Mrs. Moon. She will absolutely love these because this is more to her taste in how music sounds. And I just want to give you a little shot. That's the microphone on the Beats. So far the Beats Flex is not faring well, but we still have 2 more headsets to try out. Now, I'm giving these a full day at work, and I'm listening to a variety of music. I'm listening to everything from heavy metal to rap, hip hop, R&B, you name it. All right, I even listen to some Big Daddy Kane on the Beats, and I'm going to do the same for this. So right off the bat, you guys can see here how it comes out. The packaging is quite nice. I like that it's got a nice little kind of tray looking thing in there. Looks like we have a sticker. Not really sure what in the hell that thing's telling me to do. I guess that's, okay, so that's your power switch. This is your power switch. I think it's telling you, what the hell is this thing telling me? Oh, there's more in the box, okay. So you get a variety of ear tips and arcs and a ridiculously tiny charging cable. It's maybe 6 inches, if that. 8 inches if you're telling the ladies. Sorry, kids. Okay, so this sticker is, I guess, telling you not to pry out on this. Okay, so the controls are inside the neckband. Here's the power button, and then you have skip forward, skip backwards. And I still don't know what the hell this is. Oh, okay. See, when I read this, it's telling me do not pry out. But if you pry out, that is how you get to the charging port. I'm not sure how well that's going to focus on that. There we go. Yeah, there you go. You can see that. So, all right. This is your charging port. Left and right side. We're going to try it with as it's configured out of the box. Weird clicking when you press on it. I don't know what that's all about. This definitely has some reasonable noise attenuation. I feel that the arc is good, but I think I want to drop it down one size. So let's see what we got. What are our options here? We'll just dump them all out. It'll be easier. Okay, so if you don't like the arc that goes on the inside of your ear, you can have a conventional bud. All right, and you can just do, and they have smaller arcs and larger arcs, so that's pretty cool. That's good. Let's talk real quick. How does this feel sitting around my neck? I like it. This is going to have the same complaint that I had about the Beats, which is that the controls are in here, and the controls are actually pressed against your neck. They're not on the outside, which I think is a little odd. But I guess if you're streamlined, maybe I don't know. I'm just reaching here. Anyway, so you've got a tip, and then you have an arc. The arc I feel is good size, but I'm going to drop down to the marginally smaller tip. Okay, so that's large, that's medium. I guess that's going to be a small. So you've got large, medium, and small. I'm going to go with the small. It comes with the medium. I'm going to go with the small, and I'm going to see how that feels. Okay. Okay, so the arc is definitely the right size, and this is definitely the right size for my ear. So it looks like I'm going to need to go with the small. No biggie. That's why they give you the different sizes, right? And that's pretty dope, actually. They're very comfortable. They're not putting a whole lot of pressure on my ear, which is very nice. I like that. I wonder, these have two flat surfaces. Are these? Oh, they are. Okay, so these are magnetic also. So when it's not around your neck, you can just stick them on a magnet, tuck it in your shirt, and away you go. The cables are quite a bit thicker than they appear in the online photos. All right, so we'll go ahead and turn these on. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same as like every other Bluetooth headset, where you press and hold to enter into pairing mode. I'm just going to listen and see if it makes any noises and stuff. It actually says Bluetooth pairing, and it plays like a short little tone. So we're going to go ahead and pair them with the phone. Okay, it's scanning. And then it tells you Bluetooth connected. Okay, so right out of the box, I'm at 70% battery. That's good. The beats were at like 38. So this is at 70. I'm gonna go ahead and stick them both in. And now we're checking noise attenuation. The noise attenuation is matching the SP2. So that's a good thing. I'm gonna listen to some music. Don't mind the maintenance guy outside. So I'm gonna play a bass heavy song. And the song I'm playing is Stepping Razor by Sublime. Okay, so I've got the volume down. Volume up is at the bottom of the collar. Definitely some bass in there. Not bad. It's a very wide sound field. The best way I can explain it is it doesn't sound like it's coming from the earbuds in your ear. The beats sound like they're coming from the beats into your ear. This sounds like the music is all around you, which I like that quite a bit. Okay. We're going to check out the manual. Yep. Setup is exactly what I just did. Straightforward. Now what I'm curious about is some of them have different functions, such as some of the headphones that I've had over the years have had, okay, we're going to go ahead and drop them down. And I want to see, does this pause it when these magnets are clicked together? No, it doesn't. Not at all. It's a very weak magnet. It's not a very particularly powerful magnet. It is enough to keep them together. But some of the headphones I've had over the years have different EQ settings where, like, if you press the power button a couple times, you can enter into a different EQ mode. This apparently does not have that. But overall, the sound quality is not bad. It's pretty good. These, to me, still have the edge. So that's Sublime. Now I'm gonna pop them in and listen to something a bit more vocal. I'm gonna go with Epico. No, not Epico. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go with Epico. Storm the Sorrow. Wow. Vocals are amazing. Okay. All right, so vocals are shocking. Vocals are amazing. The guitars sound okay, but they're a little bit muddy there's not really a lot of what I would call bass. I'll go for Eminem Rap God. We'll listen to Rap God and see what that sounds like. Okay. So, all right. I want to talk about that a little bit. So the vocals are really super hyper focused. You can hear every word he's saying. The rest of the music just kind of fades into the background a little bit. It's kind of cool, I guess. It's definitely different, and it's a lot different than I expected, especially with something advertising itself as having extra bass. There's very, very little bass. If I pop these in and I listen to Step and Razor, the bass will blow your mind. There's a reason these are my gold standard. So now I'm going to try listening to some of my favorite rapper ever, Tone Z. The song is called Sitting Up in My Room by Tone Z, and he is a phenomenal rapper if you guys are not listening to him. Now this sounds incredible. Again, the vocals have their own stage. It's like the vocals have their own channel. It's unbelievable. Not a lot of bass. So I'm going to turn it down. The vocal clarity is the same from the bottom to the top. They're pretty good. There's not a lot to not be happy about here. You can hear the vocals crystal clear. It's almost like the vocals have their own. I wonder if there's some kind of an EQ in there or something that's doing it, but it's pretty good. I'm kind of impressed. I want to read through the rest of the documentation because I really feel like a product that's advertised as having extra bass should actually have some bass in it somewhere. Okay. Oh, well, that's good to know. Malfunctions caused by corrosion of the USB port due to sweat or moisture are not covered by the warranty. Let's see. Wireless headset. That's cool. That's a nice change. English is the very first fold. Do not install the appliance in a confined space such as a bookcase or built-in cabinet. Do not expose batteries, blah, blah, blah. Batteries can explode, okay? Always cover your charging port when you're not using it. Don't try to charge it while you're listening to it. Don't give the small parts to children. This product has magnets. Don't stick it to metal, apparently. So, yeah, there you go. All right. So, I'm a little disappointed. I want to find out. I want to see. The Beats had an app. Maybe the Sony has an app. I feel like if you had an EQ, these would definitely be a very nice I feel like if you had an EQ or something, these could be very nice. So there is an app called Sony Headphones. I don't know what that's all about. But I reckon we're fixing to find out. Okay. To be honest, nobody actually reads that shit anyway. No, I do not consent to product improvement. Using location, you can easily register nearby phones. I'm going to allow location only once. Register through Bluetooth settings. Okay. Oh, high quality audio experience. So I just switched it to the AAC codec. And now I want to see what that did for my music. Let's find out. Keep listening to Tone Z, sitting in my room, which is a phenomenal song, by the way. Just throwing it out there. Vocals are still crystal clear. Bass is a lot better. Okay. 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 We're gonna go back to Step and Razor now. Oh, that's 100% better. Still not a lot of bass, but what is present is far more noticeable. Okay. That's good. No, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Epica, Storm the Sorrow. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. God, these vocals are unbelievable. The guitar sounds much better. The drums are very clear. Whew. Whew. The vocals. The vocals. The vocals, the vocals, the vocals. The vocals on this are just blowing me away. It's Simone Simons, her... God. listen to her music. Holy crap. Her voice is incredible. The quality of the bass has improved using the AAC codec. However, it's still not like a proper bass sound, I guess it would be. If you listen to the song Step and Razor on a good stereo, the bass from that song, it's like it just slaps you in the face. If I pop that song on and I'm out in the Cadillac, like the mirrors are vibrating, the seats are shaking. When that subwoofer hits, boy, it's some bass. This is the bass that it has is very, very, very tight. It's not like that longer bass note. It's very clear. The audio clarity is fantastic. It's really, really good. But the bass is just not there. I don't know how else to say it. So let's go back into the app and let's see what else it can do, shall we? Okay, so they're done. Okay, so all this app does is take you in a loop. All right, you can set it to make phone calls, set it to make connected to media. So you can choose to dedicate this to phone calls only or media only. That's actually kind of cool. There's an absolute volume to keep everything consistent, and then there's an AAC high quality audio experience. That's it. That's what you got. That's all that app does. It literally doesn't do much else. So I'm gonna fire up something spoken word, and we'll go for that. So I'm gonna go for Shel Silverstein. The Great Smoke Off. Which happens to be one of my favorite poems. And it's just something cool. So I'm going to fast forward slightly. Okay. Yeah, the vocals, the way that you hear the vocals is really quite good. Now I'm going to try listening to something, you know, let's go back to, I'm going to go back to one of my videos and listen to some words. I'm going to pull up the Nilcan Frosted Shield. Yeah, crystal clear audio. I mean, the vocals and everything, the way that they sound, it sounds really good. I'm going to pull up the car on the dyno because I'm curious to see what that sounds like now with this set of headphones. And the noise attenuation is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it's clear. You don't get a lot of extra noise floating around. Yeah, it's pretty good. I would call that pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so overall, they're not bad. We're going to try them out at work. We're going to see how they do. So Sunday I go back to work. We're going to try them out all day, see how we feel about them. I'm going to be bringing the different sizes of arches and plugs just so I can tweak it a little bit if I need to tweak it a little bit. Overall, pretty happy. I think I'm going to try the small insert and just see where that goes. Overall, I'm fairly happy. There's not a lot to say really about it. Some people will probably really like it, and some people won't. I'm kind of in the middle. The audio clarity is pretty unbelievable, if we're being honest. The audio clarity is whew, man, you can hear, like listening to Eminem, you can hear every word, and that's good. Even listening to Rap God, where he was really, you know, he goes into his really high speed rapping, it sounds phenomenal. I like that a lot better. That's got a lot less fatigue. The medium size, I can already feel a little bit of fatigue from just wearing the. Now, granted, I've been wearing the Beats all day, but I'm pretty happy with this medium, I think. That's a large. There we go. That's the small. Okay. So here's the small. We'll go ahead and pop that on. Now these are directional, and what's really cool is it shows you a very clear picture when you look at it. I'll show you on one of the other ones. Okay. A little bit of a pain in the butt to get this to stab on, but that's okay. Look at that opening though. Look at how big that is. Can you guys see that? Yeah, yep, you can see that. That's quite a large opening. As far as like earbuds go, that's going to move a lot of air, and that's a good thing. That's what you want for, you know, good sound quality. And I will show you a comparison here with my much beloved Skull Candies. I'm gonna get an idea there. Yeah, that's pretty good. The Skull Candies are about the same in terms of the opening. It's just the shape is different. And you can see the Beats there as well. Just, you know, for a random comparison. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna continue playing with these for the rest of the day, and tomorrow, actually right after this, I'm going to go ahead and unbox the Skull Candy, and we'll get into that a little bit. Y'all have a great day. What's going on, guys? Byron here from ETA Wheels, and we're here with the day 1 and day 2 update on the Sony WI-510. Where to start? First off, battery life on these is sick. I made it 2 full work days without recharging. That's pretty dope. Sound quality, the sound stage. This is the first ones that I will use the word sound stage with. When you pop these in and you're listening to spoken audio, for example, a rap song, any of the vocals that are sung in a metal song, any vocals at all, you hear it like super crystal clear. Without an EQ, there's a little bit of bass, there's some depth to the music, but it's not really what I would call punchy. However, day 2, where I started using the EQ app, I was really impressed. These are the winner of my 3-way shootout, and we're going to go into a couple of reasons why I feel these are great. First, check this out. That is a beefy cable, man. That's good. I feel it's going to last. These are the heaviest of the three. That being said, they're not particularly bad. They sit very nice around your neck, and I put on a polo here just so I can show you. When you tuck these in, it's like they're not even there. So you can rock these in the office, total stealth vibe. All right. And if you really want to, you can leave one outside your shirt, click the magnet together, and it just kind of hangs out. Bam. Answer your call. Go back to doing your thing. These do offer about a 5 decibel noise reduction when you take the time to properly size the earbuds part. So now, there are no blinking lights really on the outside. I mean, there is a power LED. Let's see if we can figure out where that power LED is. First, I want to show you something cool. And I hope the microphone picks this up. When you connect this, I'm just going to hold the speaker right up to the mic here, and I'm going to turn these on. So I'll be real quiet. Hope you guys heard that. Just to increase our odds, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And we're going to do it again. This is what you get when you turn it off. All right, give me a second. Okay, so now I've got the volume turned all the way up. I hope the mic is picking this up, otherwise I'm going to look like a lunatic. It says power on, battery fully charged. Bluetooth connected. So it actually tells you the status of it when you turn it on and off. And I think that's really cool. You don't have to go into the app, you don't have to check it, you don't have to do anything. Second, this does have an app. So what does the app do for you? Well, I'll tell you. What the app does for you is it lets you turn on the AAC for way better audio quality. Way better audio quality. Without even needing an EQ app. But, again, running the EQ app really made a difference. I'm just going to get my wings put back on here the right way. Now these, when you have them, I just want to show you this. You can put the wing here and it won't stick into your ear as far, or you can slide it all the way back so that the wing is all the way flush against the speaker, and it'll stick a little bit further into your ear and take an already super secure earbud and just make it that much more secure. Kind of cool. The other thing it does is it further increases the noise reduction. So there you go. Now these are further in my ear, and when I listen to some music, which I'm going to turn the volume down before I do so, because I'd be pretty stupid otherwise. It's a lot louder when you do that. You do get a little bit better clarity But really, just the sound stage for these is phenomenal. However, I've found that when you wear them slightly out in the second position, it's a lot better. So I like it better that way. Some people may prefer it further in. I don't. I get the noise reduction that I'm looking for. I get the sound clarity that I'm looking for. And it's not, you know, jammed all the way into my ear, which would cause a little bit of a fatigue. So this is your power LED. At some point it'll blink. And if we're lucky, we might even catch it on camera. Anyway, it's right there on that center button, just above that center button. So what's cool about that is that it is a very unobtrusive blink. So you can check it, you can know that it's working, but it's flush against your skin. So if you're sitting in a meeting, this thing's not advertising the fact that maybe you're not listening to anybody and you're just kind of rocking out. This makes amazing, clear phone calls. Can't stress that enough. Made at least 5 to 10 phone calls on this over the course of both days of using it. The EQ app just makes the audio that much better. But the audio clarity in terms of what does the other party hear, it's really quite good. So you've got a mic back here. You've got, where is it? I found it the other day. Anyway, you've got a mic here, somewhere along in here. I know it's in there. I'm tired. And you got another mic here. So as far as I'm aware, there are 3 microphones total. So you got one there, one there, one there. Great noise cancellation. I was outside on the airfield today. It was very windy today. Made a phone call, crystal clear. The guy didn't even know I was outside. I actually had to tell him I was outside, and he said, "What?" So that's, again, it's very low key. Even when it's installed, it's very low key. You get, in my opinion, just the right amount of situational awareness while you're wearing them, assuming that you're listening to music at lower volume and not high volume. They're extremely comfortable. Even when they're fully inserted into your ear and not just partially inserted. There we go. And there we go. They're quite comfortable. You do get more noise reduction this way than if you just kind of pop them out slightly. But popped out slightly is where I like it. It's just right. Reach back, hit the play button. If you want to skip, just double tap, or maybe it's triple tap. There we go. Okay, so this does have a skip function, right? You got it right here, and you can skip back right there. And again, your power button's here. It's got a shielded USB Type-C charging port. Just swings out of the way. Swings back when you're done. It's kind of weird because it looks visually like it should slide, but it doesn't actually slide. It pops and rotates. That's the only weak point on these that I see. The potential for that flap to fail. Other than that, really solid headphones. Even without an EQ app, the sound quality is more than acceptable. And the vocals, like this is something that you've really got to hear. Even listening to early 90s Dark Throne, black metal, you can clearly hear the vocals. A lot of that screaming and distortion that you get in the early 90s black metal, it's still there. It's still charming to listen to, but it's way clearer with these than anything I've ever experienced in my life, to be honest. So these are the king as far as I'm concerned. A full 2 days of battery life, which is very impressive. Absolutely crystal clear making phone calls. Very comfortable when you're just listening to the GPS in the car. Pop it in like that. You still have your situational awareness, and you can still hear your spoken instructions on the GPS as you're rolling down a road. So that's awesome. If it's not fully inserted, and again, this is what it looks like when it's not fully inserted. That's fully inserted. It stays very comfortable. It's very secure. Like, you got to really tug at it. I can see going hard at the gym. These do have an IPX5 moisture rating, so sweat away, brothers. Work out, get out, do something. But definitely, if you're in the market for a set of earbuds, this would be my recommendation. This has been Byron. You guys have a great rest of your day. What's going on, guys? Byron here from ETA Wheels, and we're here at the conclusion of our review period for the Sony, I can't remember the model number, the WI-510s. There you go, WI-510s. Out of the 3 that I've tested, the Sony, the Skullcandy Inked, and the Beats Flex, these impressed me. These impressed the hell out of me. First off, when you're on a phone call with these, the other party has no idea that you're on a wireless headset. Second, I'm on my second full day of use and I haven't charged these. That's pretty gangster. Third, when you go to pair these to your mobile in the morning after charging them, they pair up in about 2 to 3 seconds flat. I mean, it's really quick. It says power on, connected, gives you your battery life. It actually tells you 100% battery or 70% battery or whatever. It tells you. These just kind of beep at you. You have to open the Beats app to actually see your battery life. These do broadcast the battery life. But these things are awesome. They are super comfortable sitting around your neck. My only somewhat gripe is that these little supports here, these little wings, when you've got it clicked up here and it dangles in the center of your chest, when you get into your car, it feels a little weird, so you've got to move it off to the side. Not a big deal. 90% of the time when I'm driving my car, I've got one earbud in and I've got my GPS pulled up so I can listen to my directions as I'm driving. If somebody calls me, I'm already ready to go. Answer. Now, these stay very firmly around your neck. They don't really move around much. They will from time to time, just one side will come up or the other side will slightly come up, but they don't slide off. There's enough. Let's see if you can see that. This material here feels different than this. It's not just plastic. This is like a nice soft silicone rubber type dealie. And it grabs your neck pretty good. Even if you're outside sweating in the heat, it was hotter than hell outside today. These didn't move. When you want a little bit of noise isolation, you can pop these in And there's a solid, I would say almost 5 decibels of noise reduction. However, if your coworker's talking to you, you can still hear them, you can still interact with them, assuming that you keep the audio at reasonable volumes. So now let's talk about the audio quality. The audio quality without an EQ, I would put this at about a 6.5. The vocals in any song from any genre, I don't care what the genre is, I don't care if you're listening to R&B, hip-hop, techno, I don't care what you're listening to. The vocals without an EQ app running are phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. Really good job, Sony. Awesome sauce. The bass leaves much to be desired. The mid-range, however, is phenomenal. So if you are somebody who listens to music without a lot of bass and you don't want to run an EQ app, this is going to be the way to go. And you see how I have them dangling here? Okay? That is the best way to wear them under your shirt for the most comfortable, at least for me. These are magnetic, which is kind of cool. These do not automatically stop and pause your music like the Beats do. You have to do that. You've got your volume up, volume down, and your power button here in the middle, and you can also skip tracks. So there you go. Now once you turn the EQ app on, sound quality becomes a solid 8.5 to a 9. Really good sound quality. In fact, these have become my new gold standard. These are officially retired. Very happy with these. I like the fact that if I sweat all up on them, I'm not going to short anything out. I don't have to worry about it. I can get going on a workout. I can get going for a walk. Whatever I'm doing, whether I'm at work or whatever, it's good. Second, the feel of the cables is wonderful. This is a very good cable. This is a very stout cable. It's got solid connections throughout it. The range is phenomenal. It will stay crystal clear right up until you get to the edge of what I consider reasonable distance, and that's about 35 feet. I've pushed it out to about 40, and it was okay. It would cut in a little bit, but if I turned the back towards my phone, it would come back in crystal clear. It's not ideal. None of them are. It's a Bluetooth device. I mean, realistically, you have to use it within the parameters. It's nice to know that you can exceed the parameters with these. That's pretty cool. So, all in all, very happy, very much worth the money. If I were to replace these ever, and hopefully I expect to get a couple of good years of service out of these, I'm gonna first look at another Sony product. This is your USB Type-C cable. If it'll focus. I'll break the eye contact here. Man, this camera is just not playing with me today. It's like, no! No, you can't. Anyway, trust me, there's a USB Type-C here. And you just use this. I like the fact that it has a cover. That's very important. For you guys that are in the States or in cold countries, that's not so important. Here in the Middle East, this is a beautiful thing. If you're in a humid environment, this is a beautiful thing. So, definitely 10 out of 10 would smash. Absolutely. I would take this thing home. This is the keeper. So this is Byron from ETA Wheels. Y'all have a great rest of your day.